Hey guys, it's Kevin. I'm here in Mississauga. I'm actually at the intersection here at Burnham Thorpe and Glen Erin. You can kind of see behind me here. I've been doing some work at a client's house here in the area, and I've noticed some interesting readings here that I was getting, just before Christmas. There's a lot of activity happening specifically in this area because 5G is coming. It's going up fast, and this particular intersection here, especially Burnham Thorpe, has been one area that's been very active. The client that I've been dealing with here in this area, she actually said that she's noticed that a few of these street lights here, you see behind me, there's a one right there, there's another one right there. She's noticed that they've actually had them on the ground, and they've been doing some work on them. And that was kind of very interesting to me because I knew that the possibility of them putting these antennas in street lights, they've been kind of looking at doing that. And there's also another article that Jesse and I have actually talked about too, is that actually Mississauga, believe it or not, is going to be actually the first smart city in Canada. So they've actually selected Mississauga for this. Not Toronto, but Mississauga. And it's kind of amazing to see all this kind of infrastructure going up so fast here. And yeah, I just decided to come out here because I brought some of my equipment here, and I wanted to just kind of do some measurements because the electromagnetic radiation in the area here, like where I'm standing right now, as you can see, I'm kind of in behind me is a parking lot. The nearest houses you can see are way over there. The nearest antennas that I found here were at least 1 kilometer away. There's one going over towards Burnham Thorpe, and there's another one as we go down Glen Erin there. We head south. There's another set of towers about a kilometer away. But that's a significant distance away. That the measurements that I'm actually reading, I've never seen them this high before, especially in an area where there's nothing around me here. And I actually have my cell phone here. I've got it on airplane mode, so I got no communication happening here. So I just kind of wanted to kind of show you guys the readings that I'm getting. My spectrum analyzer, I've got it here too, because I'm trying to tune into a number of different frequencies here to kind of see where it could be coming from. But yeah, I want to show you guys kind of what I'm seeing here. And you can see you've got all these LED street lights here. There's one there. There's another one there. It goes all the way down the street. There is an apartment building right there in the center of the screen. You can see there's a little peak on top. That's the nearest cell phone towers that I have here in this particular position that I'm standing. And that's at least 1 kilometer away from the distance that I am away from it right now. And we've got all these houses across the street. And I am a significant distance away, so that they're, if they are broadcasting Wi-Fi there, it should be, significantly lower where I'm standing. So I shouldn't be picking up, the field strength of those signals shouldn't be too high where I'm standing. And you can see behind me here, it's just a parking lot and a little football stadium over there, baseball field over there, I should say, behind me. So when I was visiting my client there just before Christmas, she mentioned that a lot of these street lights were down. They were doing some work, and it really caught my attention because I knew 5G was coming. The infrastructure is going up extremely fast here. So I just got my equipment. I decided to kind of go for a walk, and some of the measurements I was getting in this area was just incredibly high, kind of where I'm standing right now. So I decided to come back today just to kind of shoot this video, just to kind of show you guys, because there's an article that I found just several weeks ago now that it's actually showing that Mississauga, Ontario is going to be the first city in Canada it's going to be the very first smart city. And I found that very interesting because I live here in Mississauga. I grew up here. This has been my home for a long time. I kind of live in the center of Mississauga here. And to know that this city is going to be the first city to kind of to put this infrastructure up has just really, you know, I found this, it is very deeply disturbing to know that I'm living kind of right in the first city that's going to have to go through this. And at the same time, there's, you know, we've got Justin Trudeau, our Prime Minister. We've got the another guy that's kind of running for Prime Minister as well. His name's Pierre. He's part of the Conservative Party. He wants to make Canada, you know, the blockchain capital of the world. So it's like Jesse and I have been saying, Jesse's been talking about this a lot, how Canada, there's something really incredible happening here in Canada. You know, incredible may not be the right word to use here, but Canada is, there's the changes that are happening in Canada are very rapid here in what's going on. And especially here in Mississauga, to know that I'm going to be living in a city that's going to be the first smart city in Canada. And it's not Toronto, it's not Vancouver, it's Mississauga. Go figure. And yeah, I decided to kind of come out here today just to kind of show you guys. It's kind of what I'm measuring here. I got my little EMF meter here. This is just a general meter that I'm using here just to kind of give us an idea of the field strength that we're kind of dealing with in this area. And right now I got it tuned to about 700 megahertz. Just a particular frequency that I found is where the intensity levels were the highest. But yeah, just kind of walking up and down the sidewalk here. I kind of walked all the way down to the end of the street, walked all the way back to this intersection, and the intensity, the field strength intensity was almost, it was continuous throughout this whole run. And I'm not near any towers or anything that should be broadcasting at this level of intensity, at least from my experience, guys. As you can see here, I just turned my meter on here right now. What I'm measuring actually is that's 38.4 milliwatts per meter squared. Okay, jump to 42. So that, if you do a little bit of a conversion there, that's actually 42,000 microwatts per meter squared. 42,000, guys. And according to the building biologist guidelines that I kind of follow, we want, I mean, the safe area is looking at 10. And here we are, 42,000. And I'm standing right here, kind of in the middle of nowhere. We got some trees. It's incredible to see that this is the level, the field strength level that I'm measuring just here, out here in the middle of nowhere. And this was a cause for concern when I was at my client's house. I was kind of measuring some of the electromagnetic field strength on her balcony. And the levels I was getting was just, she's just getting bombarded. And this whole city is going to be, it already is. Now, whether we're dealing with something that they're putting into these LED streetlights, that's another question. I can't say for sure. Or whether it's some satellites that are up in space and they're targeting Mississauga to get it ready because we're going to be the first smart city. That's another thing that I'm considering too. But 42,000 microwatts per meter squared here in just a regular intersection here in Mississauga. This is just insanity, guys. Insanity. And we're gonna have to, we gotta figure out how we're gonna deal with this. And I'm doing everything that I know how to do right now. There is some technologies, there is some things that we can do to help us deal with this level of electromagnetic stress right now. There are some things we can do. Feel free to reach out, shoot me an email, give me a call. I would love to get in contact with you guys if you are living here in the city and you're concerned about this. I'd love to try and help, because we all gotta try and get through this together. And it's important to know that this city here is gonna be the first smart city. I just still, I'm blown away by that. a city that I've just spent so many years. Jesse and I met here in this city. There's a lot of history here for us. And to know that this is actually happening into our city, it's, man, I'm lost for words. I really am. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of show this to you guys, because this is real now. This is real, and we've got to all come together to try and find ways on how to deal with this until we can, until there's a light at the end of the tunnel here. And I think there is light at the end of the tunnel, but we're gonna have to go through some stuff here first. So anyway, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep up to date with some of these videos as we move forward here, especially in the city of Mississauga. Because if you guys know of anything, any other information that you guys are aware of, that you know what they're doing in this city, where they're putting the antennas, what frequencies they're broadcasting, any of this stuff, feel free to put it down in the chat. I'd love to kind of get engaged with some of you guys to, I'm sure some of you guys have some information about some of the stuff that I don't know, and please do share. Okay? All right. Thanks for watching.